I'm a dentist. I'm doing pretty well. I really have no interest in being more successful. I just want to keep doing what I'm doing. Well, we got a question like that, and we're going to be answering that on today's show, The Dental Practice Fixers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Dr. David Madow, along with...
I'm Dr. Richard Madow. We are the Madow brothers and the founders of the Madow Center for Dental Practice Success. Welcome back to the Dental Practice Fixers podcast. Dave, we've had a couple interesting questions last week and this week that, I don't know, I think they're more maybe personal / philosophical as opposed to the typical questions we get. And I think maybe we're talking about things that many dentists are going through and really don't know where to turn or what to do. So very, very interesting. I don't know if it's because it's the end of the year and people are in a more reflective mood. Could be.
That's interesting. Yeah, there definitely are more similarities to these questions than there are differences. And they're different in a way, but they're pretty similar. So, Rich, let's just get right into it. Got a really interesting question. Here it is. Let me read it. Dear Rich and Dave, I've been following you guys for at least 15 years. I have a strange question. Well, we love strange questions. We always get strange. I think all the questions we get are strange questions, right? Kind of. So he says, everyone, including you guys, talks about improvement, becoming more successful, growing, making more money, etc., etc. Is it strange that I have no interest in growing? I have a decent practice. We do well. I love going in every day and I make okay money. I'm very happy with what I have. My marriage is excellent. My kids are grown. I just don't feel the need to keep making more and more money. Am I out of line? Please withhold my name and city. I love that question. I got to tell you, I love it.
I'm going to say, first of all, mazel tov. You could be in one of the best situations possible in dentistry. It's really interesting. Dave, I don't know how often we've even talked about this, but, as dental speakers, coaches, writers, our job in many ways is to help dentists grow their practices, to make more money, to enjoy their practices more, to do all the things necessary to put all those great things in place so you can reach your level of success. And I think maybe this dentist is struggling with the fact of they have possibly reached their level of success, but they're constantly bombarded with messages from people like us and a lot of our colleagues saying, we want to help you do better. And maybe it's confusing and stressful. What do you think?
And right. And then I'll add to that. Then we go to the study clubs, the meetings, the CE courses, and all these dentists are there bragging about how well they're doing and they need to keep doing better and better and better. And here we have a doctor that wrote in and admitted, hey, look, he's doing well. He kind of realizes in his life that I'm at that point where I don't need to keep doing better and better and better. I'm happy. And I would say, you said mazel tov. Yeah, I would absolutely applaud this doctor for not only for being where he is in life and in his practice, but for realizing that, hey, I don't have to keep plugging away and plugging away and plugging away. I'm at the point where I'm very happy and I don't need to be doing better and better I just don't need it.
If you're saving enough for a successful retirement. Let's put that into place too. I mean, somebody might say, I have plenty. I'm making X amount of dollars. That's all I need to live and I'm happy, but maybe they're spending everything they make. We don't know, but that's kind of the elephant in the room that they're ignoring. I mean, that's possible. Given the tone of this email, I doubt it, but it is possible. So I think it's important to say that too. Like what is making enough money? Well, we're certainly not the kind of people that say you always have to make more and more and more and more and more. We know it's like poor man want to be rich, rich man want to be king, as Bruce Springsteen said. But let's make sure that your money includes a good retirement plan, a robust retirement plan.
Yeah, totally agree on that. I again, we can only infer so much because we only have so much information to go by when we read these letters. But I'm assuming that that's the case. I mean, he says okay money. He's sounds like his kids are grown. He's got a great marriage. It just sounds to me, the tone of the letter sounds like he's got like all of his ducks in a row, and that's what I'm getting from that. He's doing everything right. But I couldn't disagree with you what you're saying.
Well, the question might be: are we too in the dental world, so to speak? Do we worry too much about making more and more and more, doing more and more and more, being more successful? And let's face it, Dave. We've in our 30 years of doing this, we've talked to all different kinds of dentists and all kinds of practice situations. We've seen doctors with $2 million practices bringing home $350,000 a year. We've seen doctors with $800,000 practices bringing home $350,000 a year. I know which one I'd rather be, but the guy with the or gal with the $2 million practice has more bragging rights in a way because they can go into their study club and say, "I've got a $2 million practice," but it doesn't really mean that much in those circumstances.
Well, yeah, and I agree, and I can also take it a step further, like a little bit of a different spin on that. We've seen doctors that have like multi-million-dollar practices. They're bringing home like a shitload of money. Let's just make up a number. Multi-million-dollar practices. They're bringing home $1 million, which is a lot. Let's face it, that's a lot for a dentist. $1 million a year.
Yep.
But they are not necessarily happy in their lives. Their lives are screwed up. They can't have a good relationship with people, and they're not like inwardly happy. I just will go on record. I think we've said this before. Making more and more and more money is not going to make you happier if you've got certain things in your life that are not going well. It's just not going to make you happier. So you got to work on other things. And so I get to the point where I just feel like I don't need to be making more and more and more and more money. You get to a point in your life, especially this doctor that wrote in, that he's there. He might not be making $1 million a year, but he's making enough to keep his life going and keep him very happy. And I applaud him for saying that.
I remember something way back when we were kind of rising in the dental world. I think we both had our practices at the time, and we were, becoming known as speakers, writers, all those things. And we were talking to kind of a dental icon, a guy that was very well known for, as a dental teacher, lecturer, well respected. And we were talking about money. And I think one of us said, well, money's not, it's not as important as some other things in life. And his response was, yeah, but that's how we keep score. And I remember thinking, wow, that's how we keep score? That's how we keep score? I don't think so. But to a lot of people it is. And I think maybe this dentist is feeling like, well, I'm happy. I feel good about things, but money's how we keep score. Should I be more concerned about it? So money is not how we keep score. We don't keep score at all. Why do we have to keep score? There's no competition with other people or other practices or other entities. It's just how you're doing and how you feel and what you're doing to give yourself a fulfilling life.
Yeah, anybody that would actually make a comment like that that's money. Money's not all that important to me, but that's how we keep score. Anybody that would make a comment like that, I feel really, really bad for. I think they've got to examine their life and figure out what's going on, and why that's even in their lingo to like keep score with anybody else, like keeping up with the Joneses. Why they're even thinking of that's just sad for me to hear that.
Well, I remember we asked this person. We said, "Are you happy?" And his response was, "I think so." Which didn't sound all that positive to me.
Need we say any more? That's just, I mean, it's kind of sad. I hate to say. I hope he's doing okay now. I really do.
Yeah, it's really odd, and not to keep, coming back and circling around to this, but I think maybe this person who wrote in is kind of caught up in all the hype that we hear all the time. And they're thinking, I'm not concerned about making more. I'm not concerned about growing my practice more. Is there something wrong with me? And there's room out there for all kinds of people. And it sounds like you might have it figured out.
Yeah. The only thing you got to be careful of, and again, it seems like this doctor is a little bit on the older side as opposed to younger, just in the way he phrased some of the things, is you do need to worry about inflation, because inflation is real. And the amount you're making now, if it never changes and you're still going to be working 20 years from now, then you need to be careful. Rich, the reason I brought that up, I did a really interesting little research project over the weekend. I was just curious, and I think you would like this, because I went into the record store. I'm back into buying some vinyl records, and it's just a lot of fun. But Rich, when you go into like a vinyl record shop these days, do you know the price of a typical record? What do you think?
I haven't bought vinyl in so long.
What do you think?
Like a typical used record, or
no, like new pressing.
A new pressing. I think they're about $20, right? 25 bucks.
25 to $30.
Yeah, okay.
Which sounds kind of outrageous. To me, it sounds like a lot of money. But do you remember, like back in the day in the 70s, we bought albums all the time. There was like list price was either
$5.98 or $6.98.
Exactly.
Anything under $4 was a good deal, right?
And especially if you went to the all label sale at EJ Corvette.
Exactly.
But I went on. There's this online calculator. You can actually go back and say plug in 1973 dollars. 698. What would it be in today's dollars? And so I did that because I was curious. What would a record? What's as far as inflation goes? And so it told me I don't remember the exact number. It's somewhere around $50 is what it used to be. Yeah, $45 to $50.
No kidding. No kidding.
Seriously. So
hold on.
Hey, what am I on trial here?
You're saying that back when I was in high school, for example, and I had my job stringing tennis rackets, and I put all that money into buying records, or maybe some other things we can't talk about, but that I was spending on one record the equivalent of $50 today.
I think $40 to $50. I can't remember.
Hard to believe.
It's funny because I just said that yesterday to Yoko, my wife. I said, listen, back in the day, I had no money, and I was paying, $6.98 for an album. I was probably buying like a couple a week. But now I've got some money, and I go into a record store and I say, I'm not paying $25 for an album.
Right. Well, first of all, if you paid $6.98 for albums back then, you were shopping at Music Machine or For the Record, not EJ Corvette's all label sale or a really cool independent record store.
I thought you were going to say something else. If you were paying $6.98 for an album, you were a sucker.
You were. You were shopping where like the grandmas would go get birthday presents for their kids and didn't know any better. So let's even say we were paying $3.98. So that's more than half of the $6.98 you researched. So in today's dollars, it would be $35-$40 for a record, which still seems incredibly high. I didn't have that kind of money, yet I was still buying a ton of records.
That's what I couldn't figure out. I didn't have the equivalent of like $40 in today's dollars to be buying, but like we were buying several records a week, I think.
Oh my God, at least. I'll tell you, if they had Spotify back then, I never would have left my room. I just want to circle back to something before we forget. This is really interesting. I could talk about vinyl and records all day, of course. I don't want this dentist, and again, this is maybe the coach in me coming out, to become too complacent, because if you become too complacent, not only does your practice plateau, but it actually starts to tail off. So just be prepared that if you're thinking, well, I'm so happy now I'm just not going to do anything to grow my practice, it will not stay level. It will actually drop off. Or Dave, as you mentioned, inflation. You'll lose to inflation. Your practice won't grow. It will start to deteriorate. So just make sure that you're doing some things to make sure your practice is at least growing at maybe even a slow but a steady rate, because if not, you're going backwards.
Yeah, I think he's in a fantastic situation because I agree with that, Rich, and he could just take CE courses, business courses, things like, and have fun, knowing that he's not under any pressure to grow, but he can glean some information, and in doing so, will grow some. It'll be organic, but he'll still continue to have fun and not be under the gun for anything. So,
right.
Great stuff.
Hey, did you buy any records this weekend?
I did not, no, but I think I might head over to the record shop a little later today. I didn't even go to the record shop this weekend, but
yeah, when my wife and I downsized, it was about 10 years ago. We moved to a condo downtown. I sold all my vinyl. I had about 3,000 records, and I kept maybe 30, but I just don't own any vinyl. I don't have a turntable. I don't have like a cool stereo system. I do everything, wireless through the speakers mounted on the walls. It's not quite as fun, and maybe it doesn't sound quite as good, but I don't know. I can't imagine going back to vinyl.
I just, I got the turntable a short time ago, and I'm just really loving it, and I still held on. But Rich, one thing, you gave me at least one album when you were downsizing. I don't know if you remember this, but I love this album. I treasure it, and there are no takebacks. No matter what I say, I'm not giving it back to you. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You know which album I might be?
I don't know.
It's a special cover too, and you had like the original cover. Their Satanic Majesty's Request.
I gave you my 3D cover of Satanic Majesty's Request.
No takebacks, baby.
Now I had two of those.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And I think maybe I kept one, but one was stereo, one was mono, and the mono one was a promo copy. It has a very small stamping on the cover, promo copy. So I'm hoping I didn't give you that one.
I don't think I've got that one. I've got one. But
one of the greatest covers of all time.
But I also have another. I've got another one I just discovered like a couple of days ago. I mean, I knew I had it, but I just played it a couple of days ago. This may have come from you because it was pretty much like almost unopened and unplayed. It was like pristine. Did you give me "Old and in the Way" by any chance?
Yes, I did.
That is
phenomenal.
It's phenomenal.
I had that hanging on my wall because I love the cover so much.
Yeah,
but
right.
that one was in perfect shape.
really good shape. It's
Yeah.
fun album. But I think
All
we
right.
need to get into today's call because we got a good one.
And I think the millennials listening are probably okay boomering us to death, and we certainly don't want that to happen.
You
So
know,
let's do the call.
wait a minute. Go back to that for 1 second. Go back to. I got to. Okay, is that like a standard phrase now? Okay, boomer.
Yes, it's an insult.
I figured.
Yep.
I figured somebody's on social media said that to me like a few days. First time I ever, and I figured it was an insult. Oh, I know what it was. I know exactly what it was. I was looking at AirPod Pro videos on YouTube, and I made a good comment like, "I've got these. I love them, and it's like the best earbuds I've ever had in my life." And some idiot came on and said, "Okay, boomer." I didn't even
Well,
know why
I don't
they
know how
would
that
say it.
applies though.
Because I think they thought, in my mind, they thought I was too old to be giving like a review for something that's like cool and young. That's what I
No,
thought.
that was a misuse of the term "okay boomer." I would say.
They definitely used it in that context, though.
I just got "okay boomered" a few days ago by my son Steven.
That's horrible. What did he say?
Well, it's funny. Steven and his wife Jess live in Orlando, and they were coming in to visit. So I went to BWI to pick them up, and flights were delayed. Things had gotten late. We were going to order some Indian food for delivery to eat dinner at home. So I picked them up at the airport, and I said, "Okay, well, hey, before we even like start exchanging niceties and chit chat and catch up, we got to order dinner because we wanted to be home when we arrived." So I was wearing my denim jacket. That's boomerish enough, right?
Oh.
And I reached in the pocket and pulled out a printed menu from our favorite Indian restaurant. And he went, "A printed menu? Okay, boomer," which just cracked me up because,
That's funny.
of course, yeah.
That is funny.
But I said, "Hey, this printed menu has a coupon on it for one free order of naan for every 2 entrees," and that shut him up really quick.
I take it all back. Take it back.
Okay, boomer.
But the other day for the AirPods, that was the first okay boomer I ever saw in my life and ever
Yeah,
got.
but I don't think that applies. If you had said like these AirPods are ridiculous, I prefer my Koss Red Devils from 1974, that would have been an okay boomer.
Right? No, I was saying I love these things. These things are great. So that
I think
guy
that
was an
person
idiot.
just wanted to say it so badly that
I
they
think you're
misused
right.
it. I'm going to say, okay, millennial.
Okay, let's get into the call. Okay.
Let's do it.
Wait, before we do, wait a minute. We have a couple really cool announcements we want to make, I think, before we get into the call.
Yes. And it's funny. We made an announcement about Fat Merchant's Amazon gift card program on last week's podcast and got a bunch of questions from team members saying, if I go on this site and get my office to sign up for Fat Merchant credit card processing, can I keep the $100 Amazon gift card? And I'm going to say, that's up to you. Docs, I would say let your team member do it. They're saving you money. They're doing something cool for the practice. But again, there are no laws. There are no rules. That's up to the individual practice. But in case you missed it last time, what we're talking about is you probably know we love Fat Merchant for our credit card processing. We use them at the Madow Center. We're saving tons of money every month. We've got a bunch of our dental followers using Fat Merchant, and they save tons every month because they don't charge an overage percentage, just a low monthly fee. You will save, but now they're running kind of a special holiday shopping special. When you sign up, you get a $100 Amazon gift card. So can a team member take it for themselves? Fine with me. What do you think? What do you think, Dave? Can a team member take it?
My answer would be, hell yeah, just do it.
Hell yeah. Okay, boomer, take it. So anyway, to get onto the action, go to www.madow.com/gift card. Madow.com/gift card. You can see what Fat Merchant's all about and claim your $100 Amazon gift card. Whoever in the office gets it. Happy shopping, or keep it for yourself and buy yourself a little treat. You deserve it.
You want to say one more time where the site they go to real quickly?
Sure. www.madow.com/gift card. Gift card. All one word, of course. Gift card.
I'm glad you said the word. I'm glad you said www. Okay, boomer.
Yeah, really.
www. Come on. I mean, shoot.
Well, because we used to do this bit.ly thing, and it
that was
confused
crazy.
everyone. So I just want to make it
You know,
very clear.
This okay boomer thing is bothering me a little bit. I got to tell you, like,
Okay, boomer.
Would it be the equivalent of like when we were little kids growing up in the neighborhood, like our next door neighbor, like Uncle Miles said something we didn't like? It would be equivalent to saying, okay, old man. I mean,
Yes, it's definitely okay, old man or old woman. 100%.
It's kind of an insult. I don't like it.
Yep. Okay. Well,
I don't like it. But
okay, boomer.
Having said that, Rich, I don't know if Sylvia even told you this part, but our our website was kind of like on fire last week after this podcast came out. We talked about our master class and how you can improve your practice for next year, and it's free. It's a free class. People were going crazy. I think it's because it's year end. People are just getting into that mindset. Okay, the holidays are around.
Making their resolutions.
Yeah, exactly. I want 2020 to be my best year ever. I want to be able to see clearly in 2020. And people were looking at the schedule for our master class for next year. We got some good dates on there. It's in Baltimore, Maryland. We're at our Madow Center for Dental Practice Success. We do these. Right, yeah, Rich you're in this center right now. I think we got a special piano room there. We do these about once every 1 to 2 months, and we make it a really great, fun, but learning day where we get together we try to limit it to only 10 docs, no more than 10 docs. Occasionally, I think in the past we made 1 or 2 exceptions. We try to keep it at 10 or less so we can mastermind and talk about your struggles and see if we can help you. And everybody helps each other. It's a great day of learning and strategizing. But we also share with you how we can help you, how the Madow Center for Dental Practice Success can help make next year your best year ever. So we invite you to join us. As I said, there's no charge. You've got to be a doctor. You've got to actually come if you sign up. You can't just sign up and not show. We appreciate you showing if you sign up. But the way to find out more is go to masterclass.madow.com. We would love to see you and hang out with you early 2020 at one of our master classes.
All right, see you there. Let's do the call.
Hi, Nikki. I have a question for you about your the Prime membership. Oh, I just noticed something. I think I might have called the wrong number. It says current patient. I called the current patient number.
That's okay.
Are you
That's
sure?
okay.
Okay. Is there a difference in the two?
Nope.
Oh,
No
okay.
difference.
Okay. Thank you. I wanted to know about. I saw the Prime membership, and my wife and I are kind of new in town, and I was curious about how that worked.
Okay. So it's offered to people who do not have dental insurance. Do you guys have dental insurance currently?
No, we don't. No.
You do not.
No, we don't.
Okay. So it is $3.99, and it's paid annually. The $3.99 includes 2 cleanings for that year. And this is per person. Actually, the second person would be $3.50 if they signed up. Up together. So the first person would be $3.99. The second, if you sign up together, would be $3.50. And again, that includes 2 cleanings per person per year, unlimited exams. So if you break a tooth and have a problem, or just have a question, need to see the doctor, that visit is free for the year. Unlimited x-rays, and then 20% off all treatment that you would need throughout that year as well.
Oh, that sounds like a great deal, actually. And it says everybody's you can't be turned down, right? Everybody's accepted.
That's exactly right. Unless you have dental insurance. If you have dental insurance, it's kind of double dipping. We can't do that.
We don't do that. Okay, great. Well, great. Let me. I'm going to run this by my wife, and I'm going to get back to you. And it sounds pretty cool, actually.
Good. It is. Good. Definitely give us a call back. Did you want to have me call you and check back in with you?
I'm gonna probably after Thanksgiving. I'll probably have a chance to get back to you then. How's that?
Okay, fine. You can also schedule online or give me a call.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for your help. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Take care.
Same. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay, well, my first question is, does Amazon know that they're calling this their Prime membership?
I didn't even pick that up.
I mean,
Big lawsuit.
Jeff Bezos is going to shut you right down. They can't call Prime membership.
Well, Bezos probably won't.
Do you get free shipping?
Probably won't know or
Free second-day shipping.
Probably won't know or won't care, I'm guessing.
I still wouldn't call it something that's that much associated with another product. I think that's a bad move.
It's funny when I heard her say that. It didn't even cross my mind. But you are right about that. I mean, I guess they could come up with just another word.
Yeah, I don't like that. But that's neither here nor there, I guess, compared to her phone skills.
I mean, look, I would say she did a really, really nice job explaining the Prime membership better than, we make a lot of these calls, Rich. And I want to show everybody that listens and watches us that, we don't screen these out. Some of them are not bad. Some of them are horrible. Like last week's, I remember last week's was just like one of the worst we've ever heard. If you, by the way, if you haven't heard last week's podcast, go back to 1 week earlier and at the very least just listen to the phone call. It was just horrible.
Unfathomable.
Horrible. Yeah.
Unfathomable.
This one, let's face it, I don't know if you'll agree with me or not, but she explained the program pretty darn well. She was not bad
agree.
at all.
She was knowledgeable, she was kind, she was friendly. We're just going to be friends.
Oh my God, this is just going so downhill. But
she did a lot of things right. She did a lot of things right.
I would agree with you. She did. I say most things right.
Yeah.
Even up till the very end. I mean, she even said, "Would you like to schedule a time when I call you back?" That was good. That was really good. But then when I said, "No, let me just think about it over Thanksgiving," and then she just kind of went away. She didn't take it to. She could have done like one or two more things at the end of the call that would have probably given her an A. Now her grade, since she didn't get any contact information or try better to get the appointment or something, her grade has to go pretty far down, I think, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's an interesting situation because you were asking about the Prime membership. You weren't saying like, how much is a cleaning? Do you take my insurance? If somebody asked that, it's pretty much, let's get you in and we can discuss it. So it was a little different because you wanted to be a Prime member, but you weren't a Prime member yet, but you would want to use that benefit on your first appointment. So
right.
I think maybe she could have explained that. Well, if you want to be a Prime member, let's make sure that when you come in for your first appointment, you have your membership all set up. So that way your cleaning's included, your checkup, your exercise, all those things are included. Let me get some information and we'll get you set up. Just kind of float it in that way a little bit better.
Yeah, that would have turned the call into a total A. There's no question about it. But let me go back to one thing real quick. I don't know if you called it. I don't know if you called this or not, Rich, but on the website, there were clearly two phone numbers that said like, for new patients, call this number. For existing patients, and I intentionally called the wrong number, but she said, "Oh, no, they're both the same." I guess
it's total BS.
I'm taking it was probably just a tracking number. I'm guessing, but
I think so too. I would think so.
But why would they why would they use two numbers then? It's kind of ridiculous on the website. New patients, old patients.
Well, okay, let's give her the benefit of the doubt and say that they don't prefer that you do it the way, but you called and she wasn't going to make you feel bad about it. So she did the right thing and said, "Oh, no, it's perfectly fine. Don't worry about it." So
but I thought it was funny that she said, it's the same number. She pretty much inferred, it's the same thing. Don't worry about it. But I guess
maybe they get like one of those little whisper tones or something on the caller ID that they know somebody's calling the new patient number. Who knows?
And there's no need to explain to a caller. She did the right thing by not taking it any further.
Right.
If she were one of those idiots, she could, you see, the doctor has something called a tracking number set up on the web. Don't even get into that.
Right. No. So that was good. We'll give her credit on that.
Anyway, so I think she was very good up until the end. She didn't get the contact. I hate to give her an F. I have a rule that if you don't get the appointment set up or don't get any information, my personal rule is I got to give her an F. So I guess I have to stick with that, because if I gave her a D, well, I give her somewhere between a D and an F.
But when you do that, it's pretty much a pass-fail system if you're going to do it that way. Either you go for the appointment or you don't. Pass, fail.
Yeah, good point.
So I'm going to give her a C- because she did at least say, "May I call you?" She said you can make the appointment online. She did all those things. She was just so close. Much better than the typical F that we hand out here. So I'm going to give her a C-.
And you know what it is? I mean, sometimes they do get so close, but they just don't really clinch it. That's the problem.
Exactly. So close, and I'm going to put her in that category. So I think with just a tiny bit of tweaking, she can be excellent.
Hey, great show today, man.
Excellent.
This was fun. We'll do more. And thanks for being our subscriber, our friend, our guest on the show. If you're watching us on YouTube or if you're listening through iTunes, through whatever your podcast app is, we really appreciate you. And until next time, I'm Dr. David Madow.
Hey, and one more thing. Don't forget to tell your friends about the Dental Practice Fixers podcast. That's how we keep the lights on. I'm Dr. Richard Madow. Thanks so much for being here. See you soon.